Hi guys, it's me just here again. And no, I can't tell you how I got my hair to look like Shadow the Hedgehog. So, let me just get that away right now. Anyway, for this video, I should be covering the entire TV show, a cartoon actually, called The Justice League. And, I wanted to do like a season by season breakdown of the show and its sequel show because because they're doing like Netflix did with Yu Yu Hakusho, which it's gonna just be rewritten in like within a couple weeks. So I wanted to do that for this and Justice League Unlimited, but I didn't have the chance to do so. There's not a time to do that. So eventually I'll do an episode by episode breakdown of this fabulous show. Now, I have to admit, this show is awesome. I was born in the House of DC. My father wouldn't let me watch like movies and TV shows based on Marvel characters. Never. He let me watch pretty much whatever I wanted to, but he grew up watching like Superman cartoons, when the woman show, the Green Lantern stuff, that kind of thing. But he wasn't real hardcore about it. In fact, he I had to explain to him who Doomsday was, the guy that killed Superman. More on that later on. But this show and Unlimited come right after they put on the heels of the Tinverse, that being Superman and Batman, the animated series, and they made these American icons into a household names all over again, and they are the definitive version of these characters that I've seen so far. And Batman over there is voiced by a very late and great Kevin Conroy. Rest in peace, buddy. You deserve it. You did a great job with this. As well as this guy over here, Clark Kent, aka Superman. He's voiced by boy, can't see it right now. George Newbern. And they also have other characters in that voiced by many people who I didn't even know were in this show. We all know that Mark Hamill does the Joker, or I should say Mr. J, but he also voiced Solomon Grundy. He was born on Monday. And Clancy Brown, the definitive Lex Luthor in the cartoons, I should say. Jennifer Hale does Black Siren. Phil Lamar does Green Lantern. He's also Samurai Jack, as well as Hermes Conrad. Susan Eisenberg does Wonder Woman, up there in the back there. And let's see. Ron Perlman did the voice of Clayface. that was Booth that the physical Grod or Grod. Dear friends. Anyway, this show is basically my introduction to certain characters. Like John Jones, which is the Martian Manhunter, as well as Hawk Girl, my redhead awakening. We always say that, Ariel, Little Mermaid, and the Starfire were awakenings into redhead media. But those characters are all prepubescent girls. Teenage girls. So it's kind of creepy that they're like sexual objects and whatnot. But her girl is an actual woman and voiced by Maria Callas Vera, which I had no idea that a Spanish woman voiced this character. Now I can see it because the inflection of her speech and stuff. But I had no idea at the time when I was younger. Even when they had a hot man, her lover, he's voiced by a Latin American guy. So that's I know that because I could hear his voice, and I heard that from a friend of mine who's Mexican, so I could tell right away that he was Spanish. But that was very good, very consistent of them to pull the Talangarians as being portrayed by Spanish voice actors. So anyway, there's also Harley Quinn is also in one episode. She did in the couple episodes the Royal Flush Gang, which is kind of a holdover from the Teen Titans TV show. Now that's the closest thing that we're gonna get to see a Justice League versus the classic Teen Titans from the Good Show. And so there's also Darkseid, one of my favorite villains in comic books. And he's played by Michael Ironside. I don't know whether you don't have him on here, but this was also my introduction to, say, Vandal Savage, a guy that doesn't die. You meet like three episodes in the show where he kind of got redemption in the last part of it, in the last episode that he's in. Let me see here. Okay, there's the Flash, which was my introduction to the Flash in its cartoon. By the way, I should say that this is the definitive Flash character, Wally West, played by Michael Rosenbaum. Let me tell you something. He's excellent. And the reason why I say he did the definitive Flash character is because he's a wisecracker, but he's not hyper annoying. In the Flash movie, and in the Flash TV show, and in the Justice League cartoon movie, Zack Snyder's Flash, he was well-bustingly annoying. say what you will about the name, let's check it down, what's the name? I can see his face, his stupid face right now. It'll come to me. But say what you will about that guy. About his off-screen possible sexual deviance and all that. I don't care about that. I do want him as a Flash character, and boy did he really disappoint. Not only can he win awkwardly, but he's really fucking annoying to the point of that you want to just shut the guy up. So he's not a good Flash. And then you have Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, or I thought I was to say the Green Lantern for some odd reason. He is the definitive Green Lantern. I don't care what anyone says about Ryan Reynolds, who is just basically Deadpool, but celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Okay? This Green Lantern kicks so much ass. He's tough. He's a U.S. Marine Corps member, and he got some frisky with her girl. Which, by the way, kind of bothers me, her girl, because she's a woman, and you have a girl next to her name. It's kind of stupid. But you could kind of tell that they were going to get together, because he had green eyes, and so does she. So there was something there too. There's also a little bit of a stereotype with her with redheads and being feisty, because she's like to hit stuff with her nth metal mace for asking any questions. So there's that. Plus there's a stereotype about her having green eyes too. Redhead with green eyes, and she would like a helmet, a spear magic helmet, in which she it's like a battle helmet, more of a pride thing than he does about her Thanagarian race, cultural heritage. But it's funny because when she finally removes it, it's kind of like revealing that. Like battle scars or surgery scars, or like they got like up the leg or something, or it's really kind of a sensitive issue that they don't like to do so much. I don't like because if you look at her face, she looks gorgeous. Assuming you can close enough to touch her, because if you do, you'll be a lucky person who likes to play a smash with her mace, which can let a bit of slugger face. But this one, this part of a 2 episode where she develops more of how should I put this? Solomon Grundy wants to go back from a creature that looks like an eldritch horror, something that you might read about in like H.P. Lovecraft or something like that. And he and Hoggo go to get his soul back from this demon. They go inside the demon's head and try to fix antibodies and whatnot. And he actually passes away in a very cry-worthy manner, because you don't expect to cry over a zombie that's a fucking brute. In fact, speaking of which, I would like to have a comic book contest as to who would win in a fight, Grundy or the Hulk. I don't want to put this thing in there too on top of that. Get all monsters. with super strength. So anyway, they also involve get characters of in which she says, I don't believe in soul, which Granny is holding her hand, says, please do this for me, say that you believe it. And she says, I believe it in the soul, even though Son of Enemy are atheists. And I'm really surprised that when they invade Earth, the Planetarians, and they all fly with Hulk wings and stuff, I'm really surprised that the Flash didn't do the whole Polygon cracker. And that would have been precious to me to have a live chat for that. Hey, Polygon cracker. And by the way, I'm not discussing or anything, but how do Targaryens reproduce? They have regular sex, or do they lay eggs? And that's a very interesting question that I shouldn't, not too many people ask, but I ask that, so I'm not everybody. So anyway, it's also, they can't reproduce it with human men as they do with guns. It's just the guns do it, so I don't get how that works out. In any case, another thing about this cartoon that's real awesome is that guy, Batman. Now, with this doll I have, he's smirking. And if you ever watch cartoons of Batman, even the live action movies today, whenever you see Batman smiling or smirking like that, you run away fast. Faster than the Flash, because he will do something bad to you if you're a bad guy. Speaking of which, I like the bad guy roster. They have Clayface, they have Darkseid, they have a bunch of rogues and stuff from other shows. And they have Rod, they have Carol Ferris of Green Lantern fame. They have Cheetah, they have the Ultra Humanite, which has a very sensitive thing with the Flash in the Christmas episode, Comfort and Joy, in which they go together and the Flash has to promise a bunch of kids in an orphanage to get a new Turbo Mental. No, really, you get like a DJ Cracker it's like Donald Duck wrapped in farts and makes poopy in his pants. And there also does it like a jingle away. So he goes to Japan to get it. All the way out to Japan, which he runs over water. Which I love. We got Flash Christ, Flash Jesus, or something like that. Anyway, he runs over to get the toy, goes to the older human to fight with him, and then the older guy crushes the toy under his weight. So he's gotta go over to he fixes the toy, and then he helps out the Flash by being Freaky the Elf. So then he brings the toy to the kids and all that. That's a quite a sweet episode. And they also have the part where Hot Girl goes with the school with Green Lantern that travel holiday fun together, and he just gets them all fight and stuff. And she takes him to like cosmic cantina, if you will, to get some drunken bar fights over there. So now she bunks the guy on the wrist with her mace, and she essentially asks like this. When the guy pounds living deal out of John Stewart. I mean, it's funny that nobody cheats well known in those parts. So this one guy doesn't know who she is, and he ends up getting angry at the guy. So at the end, she kisses him on the cheek, which is really nice and sweet until she turned traitor in the next episode, which is the first of 3-part episodes called Star-Crossed. Now, I believe that in this show there are more 2-part episodes than there are single parts. But in the course of the Star-Crossed episode, there are 3 parts to it. And then they decide to rebuild the Justice League after her becoming a traitor and all that, and becoming a traitor against the people, all of that. But anyway, with comfort and joy, they also have a part where Martian Manhunter goes to Kent, and they become buddies and stuff. And then Clark wants to share his Christmas experience with John, which is very sweet. Because basically the same thing, except John's got more power, intangibility, and detective work, and mind control. He's still super strong and can fly like Clark can. But also, he got a super common weakness of fire and explosions. Of course, like Superman, unless you knock him out real hard. That's the only weakness. Which I like the fact that they show these superpowered godlike beings being able to take damage like everybody else. They don't want to portray them as being like super Superman, of course, but they don't want to portray them as like being invincible. They want to have some weakness, like with Kratos, in that he's really tough and really powerful and takes on gods, but he still can take damage once in a while. He's not invincible. Neither are the gods of Olympus and Norse mythology and all that. So anyway, I like the way they show that when Clark was a little boy, because he had extra vision, he would often peek at the presents that he would get. And sure enough, before everyone else wakes up on Christmas morning, guess what Clark does? He tried to look at his Christmas gifts early by examining them in the box, and he previews the revision. Luckily, his parents know about this and put LED lighting around it instead of the box, so that they can't actually see it. You can't actually see inside of it. Now, also, I should point out that all these characters and building and architecture are made in the Art Deco style. Like like the animated series cartoon, Batman and Superman, respectively. And this works really, really well because they look like trophies, like you would see like in the Oscars or the Academy Awards. I think that's the thing, but you know, like the big barrel chested characters, the men and the women too, are big, powerful, and iconic with their design. Especially especially Princess Diana, aka Wonder Woman, and I also like Superman's funeral, not by Doomsday, but I'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, this works real well, especially for Flash, because every main character in it is a superhero, and Batman, Aquaman, even Dr. Fate, voiced by the guy from The Mummy, Odir Freer, or something like that. They're all barrel-chested, big boots, except the Flash, which makes sense that he's more of a streamlined character. Even in the Batman cartoon series, The Batman, he's like that too. But let's see here. It doesn't always work all the time. Like for example, for Sinestro, I might prefer the live action Ryan Reynolds movie version of him, because he looks like the devil. In this cartoon, he just looks like some guy in purple or scarlet. So I don't like that difference. But the ultimate character for this design is Mazo. 1,000 times better than the comic version of himself. I love Mazo because he can absorb all the powers of the superheroes, you know, Superman, the Flash, Green Lantern, etc. And he takes out all the physical characteristics of them and the mental ability too. For example, with the Flash, he becomes a horny little speed demon. So that's what's pretty impressive. It gets ring about the powering for the Green Lantern, the cufflinks around Diana with a woman, and it gets the super strength of Marshmander and mental power then too. And he's also got the Superman strength and I-Beam too, which was very funny when they did a beam struggle with Super and Amazo. There's one fight that I don't think they covered in this show, which I really, really wish that they did. Who would win, Amazo or Doomsday? Because, as we've seen, Doomsday is super strong and he gets ultimate Zenkai boost in that whatever killed him in the past can't kill him. He becomes immune to whatever killed him in the past or highly resistant to it. So he's the one enemy that even Darkseid fears. So to have a character with all the powers of the League, and then some to fight with something that can't be killed multiple times, it's like but it could be something that I would really like to see one day. And he's so smooth. You remind me of the Oscar trophy, the Oscar award. And he's very smooth, hairless, and he's a big buff guy. He's like 10 feet tall or something like that. But another thing that doesn't work for me is like Luthor's power suit. That thing looks fucking stupid. I mean, I know he gets kind of horrible disease because the kryptonite exposure, and I know they died and stuff, but seeing two ramps up to his bald head just made me laugh my ass off. It's so damn funny, so stupid, so dumb. But I like the Injustice Society and the Secret Society too. They're pretty cool. Let me see. Yeah. This as well as the Superman show was my first introduction to Doomsday. Because obviously, yeah, the movie version of it that sucks ass. Okay, the paper strong. And I don't want them out. He's much better explained and designed in this one. But I like the way the alternate version of the Justice League, called the Justice Lords, come into our dimension and not Doomsday, but the Superman at that time period determined lobotomized him, along with all the other villains of Batman universe, like Poison Ivy, the Joker, which is actually really funny because we know that these people are nuts, but it's very quite unnerving to see Joker do his voice, Mark Hamill doing his voice, but it's very calm and very not stressed like. So anyway, they show that, and I feel that doing the whole evil doppelganger thing is kind of a cliche and kind of boring, especially when you gotta fight yourself. But yeah, he does. Our Superman does do it. He breaks the rules a little bit. Then we all assume that it's gonna be to kill the other Superman, like in the Injustice games. But nope. He does he partners up with Lex Luthor for an exchange for amnesty, and then he tries to get his powers out the gun out. And he says, this would be so easy to kill you, Superman, to weaken you and stuff, but this is the deal. Here's a little weapon. I guess Superman destroys it or whatever. Which is nice to see that even though Lex Luthor is evil, he wants to take off the world and kill Superman. He's actually an honorable man. That's nice. I'll see you now. Now, I want to talk about the death of Superman. Not by Doomsday. Oh, that would be cool. a cool storyline for this. But they do a thing that they do, the Toyman, the character I didn't know about, is ripped into the super bad guys, including the Shade, which I don't know about, but he tried to use the first Injustice League, or whatever they call it, and then joined society. Anyway, he ends up blowing Superman into dust with his evaporating cannon, whatever it was, Eclipse cannon. So the thing is, him apparently died. Everyone believes that he dead, except for Batman over there, because he believes that somebody was sent in the dimension or in the future, which the only person that's available in the future is Vandal Savage, the guy that can't die. And he gets kind of a little bit of a redemption arc because he feels sorry for trying to take over the world. And because of him, the entire world is wasted. And I feel like when, at the end of the episode, when Superman goes back and solves Vandal, that the future is like 1,000 or so years in the future. I feel that the progress that we're making in technology and whatnot is too primitive. Like, what I mean is that it's assumed that the year where Superman and the others are in present day is more like about less than 100 years in the future from right now. So figure about maybe 2050, somewhere around that ballpark. So the future that Vandal has is more or less like 1,000 years in the future, but technology looks like it advanced to the point of being like around 2,300, somewhere around there. So it's kind of primitive, by my standards at least. But also we get an introduction to Lobo, which I think technically was introduced in the first Superman cartoon, many animated series, voiced by Brad Garrett. Now, of course, we can have him smoking cigars, it's like one of the women at the time, because this is a kid show, normal life. Older kids, but still a kid show. So they have to kidify him, and that's it. But they show that he's more of a destructive force when he takes on Calabac. I'll get to that in a minute. But I like the fact that lots of people go to Superman's funeral because they think he's dead. And he's making with a formal outfit on. He didn't even Prince Diana wears her white pure white outfit on, for morning as first kind of formal event. And it's really cool. Even like Fluger Kid is saddened by the death of his arch nemesis, which is actually really fun to see. Even he's saddened by that. And like the way Batman says, even though we have differences and I have nothing but respect for you. And then he finally believes that he submitted dead, not all dead, but but not positive all day. What was it? The whole World War II thing where they go back in time and stop World War II, and they said that Hitler was a loud idiot, which, yeah, I also like the fact, I also like when they went to, when they went to the alternate comic book universe, which they fought with the Justice Society, and they fought against bad guys that were like stand-ins for arch nemesis from the real version. Like they had the version of the Joker, they had versions of Weatherman, they had versions of somebody else too. Black Siren, and they went with the school. Let's see now. Oh yeah. Oh wait. When Vandal Savage said the time and right place and Superman back to stop himself, that's the only way that I think Vandal Savage actually dies in the show. Although, why he would need to create more agriculture for himself. He could die at some point, and there's no way to take advantage of it. Let's see here, I like, just everything you can be about this cartoon. But there is CGI in the show. Most importantly of all, is the sequence where they show all the superheroes of the league. And kind of blobby as CGI, but it's pretty good. And they show it in every episode for some reason on Netflix. You do Batman, not one of the Batman first. Then they have Wonder Woman blocking everything with her wrist. And then they have the Green Lantern, John Stewart, followed by Superman, busting through a wall. And you have Martian Manhunter, which for some odd reason they go into the room, transforming into a Chinese dragon. I have no idea why. It could be that because he did the Chinese food that night, or something or other. But then they also have Flash, my favorite introduction to him. Running at breakneck speed. And then you have Hawkgirl patrolling the skies. And there's also another character I like. There's one character called Morpheus. And he's basically a guardian of this crystal. The dark crystal that if you grab it or if you possess it, you become possessed by the snake demons, kind of like Cobra Commander and all that. So, the entire episode, they show that this crystal goes to various possessees from Wonder Woman to other people. So, Morpheus is locked up in the nut house, the crazy house. And, the Flash asked him, how do we stop this? Oh, Morpheus knows two ways. With my jewel, the pure finally my jewel, and the flood death with the other way. and he bounces on his feet on the in his street check on the bed. He says, by decapitating the person, he has such joy on his face with the idea that he's gonna decapitate someone. It's just very precious. And then they also have this one thing that they have Morpheus jewels like a mystical item that can cure this problem. So her girl ends up smashing the crystal with her giant mace and making all the shards get onto the clothes and on the skin of all the living members. So you got all these superpowered people that want to kill Flash because he was unaffected. And what does he do? He ends up running into the light chamber and just trying to really work on him by making all the demons go away. Even though I thought that only Morpheus Ruby Gem could do that type of thing for them. But I guess not. So anyway, he has to run at flood speed to chuck something into the sun. Light speed to defeat these snake creatures. We tried to get the fast that we've ever seen Flash run. So yeah, that was just some of the episodes that were in the show. I don't know if it got old. I know I missed some of them because there are 52 episodes to this show. I think they might have changed it to they might have omitted some because Netflix and all that. But yeah, I like it. I like the fact that after they find out that she's been trying to have Shayara, aka Hawkgirl, don civilian clothes, completely hold them in the shirt for a wig. And they also have this part in the episode where they go back in time to stop to prevent not to take over. They have Wonder Woman fall in love with this guy. And Steve Trevor, and I've already seen the Wonder Woman cartoon, so I know he's good. The movie, so I know it's just how like that. He doesn't die in the end. They show him as an old man at a retirement home, and she goes to visit him. Let's hope he doesn't need any paragraph. To which he calls her his angel, his darling angel. So, yeah, I like this show. I really like it. And thank you for watching my review of the Justice League TV show cartoon. It came out in 2001. In my late teenage years. It introduced me to many characters like Carol Ferris, Vandal Savage, Mermaid Brainiac, Black Siren, Queen Hippolyta, which, by the way, she didn't come to the funeral for Clark Kent, but Dr. Fate did, and so did Luther, and Lois Lane, of course. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed this show, and as such, I give it my happy face 0 vocal, because it's so good. The animation was very good. The javelin was very good. that's the plan. The impact that they have, it's like they're in the fight scenes. And then I like the phrase, I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. Even though in the movie, no capes. Who was your favorite character on this show? Was it a good guy or was it a bad guy? By the way, the looking Batman. I know that there's a Flash version of this. I want him so bad. Young Stewart looks off. But let me know how you will get. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more of me in my videos, you can always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you want, you can always reach me. You can call me or text me at 631-707-3707. If you want to leave any input on my stuff, on my future videos and whatnot. You can also follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer at PNelsonPro. Also, my email is at jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So, I salute all you league members, you guys who like to have fun with everything. And I find it interesting that, remember when they went to like a comic book fictional universe where in real life I'm sure that they were inspired by these characters? Well, the main bad guy is a little boy that's disguised that's actually really a mutated creature, like in the movie Green Lantern. He's kind of deformed with psychic powers, but I feel like they did that on purpose, making him look like that. Anyway, I just love all you guys like the TV show, animation, and superheroes in general. The paradigm good and the just and the righteous that fight evil and greed and all of it. So anyway, peace out, my brothers and sisters. Sayonara, Venus, and ciao ciao to all you girls and guys in internet land. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Aloha.